All right, Shalom. Kahalayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that really teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are pushing this word in truth and sincerity of heart. Shalom. This is the brother Patat back again with another quick lesson. And this lesson is going to be centered around the people that got stranded. Do a video real quick covering these covering these people, these 20,000 people that got stranded in Dubai because they wasn't paying attention to what's going on in the world. Everybody seen these strikes happening, or they seen this coming. But some people got their head in the clouds and they only want to focus on mirth, and they don't see that we're living in the days of evil, man. The scripture says, what? Be circumspect. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. So we're literally living at the end, when Esau is going to bring down that great wrath, when World War III is going to be kicked off, and you got people still in that mirth spirit. They don't understand that we're not living in that time. So if somebody's prudent, it means they're wise, discerning. See, if you had the spirit, if you had discernment, you could see that, look, it might not be a good time to go over there because America's positioning themselves to attack this place, and an attack is imminent, man. It's going to happen at any day. You see? Now, when you look at the word discernment, it's discerning. It says having or showing discernment, discrimination. Let's see. To discern, it means to perceive or recognize the difference or distinction between two or more things, to distinguish. So you need to discern the times. We're not living in the time of mirth. People think we still living in the time of mirth. Just like it's not expedient to go to Mexico right now because of what's going on in Mexico. Ever since that cartel leader was murdered or killed, they've been raising hell over there in Mexico. So it's not a good time to be traveling to Mexico. Just like it's not a good time to be going to Dubai, trying to have a good time. Little do you know, it's going to get stranded over there. This is as around 20,000 travelers are currently stranded in Dubai due to airport closures and suspended flights caused by regional conflict, with the UAE government providing food and accommodation. Major disruptions are ongoing, with residents and tourists advised to shelter in place as air travel remains severely impacted. See? So what you think happens when war breaks out? You can't the airspace is closed. The airspace gets closed. That's how you know something's finna go down. If they close an airspace, that means they're grounding all commercial flights. So once a war break out or something happens, if you in the sky, you're gonna be treated like an enemy, and you might get a lot of people might kill. You get killed because of that. So it says stranded travelers. Thousands of people are stuck in Dubai, with reports of travelers sleeping in hotel car parks. Cause of disruption. The situation is driven by a rapid escalation in regional conflict, with airspace over Dubai and Abu Dhabi closing. See, they closed the airspace. That means all the flights are grounded. Government response: the UAE government is covering accommodation and food costs for those affected. Service advice: authorities have advised people to stay in safe locations, and many are taking it day by day while awaiting updates. Flight statuses: flights are canceled or rerouted, with operations at major hubs like Dubai International and Al Madkalum suspended for several days. Impact on public: while some areas have experienced safety concerns, many are continuing their daily routines though some residents have reported hearing explosions. So We are not living in the time of mirth, and a lot of people want to travel to these different places because they save up their money. They already booked their tickets. We not living in that time, man. We living in a time of war. If you was prudent, let's look up that word prudent again. Discerning. It says foreseeing. So everybody, if you was prudent, you would have foreseen this, man. It's etymology, no, because it says knowing, skilled, sagacious, circumspect. See, to look ahead, prepare, supply, act with foresight. And you think these people did that? No, they didn't. The sense gradually grew to emphasize the notions of discreet, circumspect, careful, or self-interest. So these people that got stranded, they wasn't prudent. Now they could have found themselves in the middle of the war, which they have. But it could be worse than what it is now. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. You see? So a prudent man, a wise man, foreseeth the evil. And these people didn't see what was finna happen. And that's why they found themselves stuck, stranded. Because they're not being circumspect. They're not being wise. They're not paying attention to the times. Shall we then make mirth? Let's get that real quick. Shall we then make mirth? Ezekiel 21 and verse 9, it says, son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened, and it's also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. So shall we be in the mentality of wanting to always party and doing all those things like that? No, because it's not expedient, man. You never know what a day can bring forth. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, for everything there is for everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest. So I'm gonna skip over some of these. I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. It says, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. See, that's the point I wanted to bring out, man. There's a time for war and there's a time for peace. And right now we are literally in a time of war. We are in a time of evil, man. The Most High is bringing evil upon the world, and it behooves you not to be out there involved in it, or you're gonna be like these dumbasses that got stranded, man. And they making videos crying and shit. I seen this video. This Jake chick was crying, talking about sending her money and things like that, man. And we're just laughing at you, man. We're laughing at you people, man. Isaiah 45 and 7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. So the Most High is bringing evil to this world. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to get caught up in it. And that's exactly what these people did. They got caught in the wash. Caught up in the wires, man. In the barbed wires. So, of course, they're making videos. A Texas woman stranded in Dubai was told by the State Department to just take shelter. See? They're not doing anything. You think these devils and they're going to come get you? So, this is a real thing, bro. People are really stuck. People are really trapped. Why? Because they have not been paying attention to the times, man. They wasn't being prudent. Wasn't being wise. And the day of evil is going to catch a lot of people off guard, man. A lot of people going to get caught with their pants down because what? They're not paying attention. They want to continue to be, ignorant. The scriptures, ignorance is bliss. Let's look at what that means. Ignorance is bliss. Meaning, if you are unaware, or ignorance of bliss, meaning it says if you are unaware of a worrying fact or situation, you can't be troubled by it. See? Blissful ignorance. Fortunate unawareness of something unpleasant. And it's a lot of unpleasant things coming to this world, and a lot of people are unaware of it, and they don't care. Ignorance is bliss. Used to say that a person who does not know about a problem does not worry about it. See? You don't know about the RFID micro C hip, and you don't worry about it. You don't know about World War III, and you don't worry about it. You see? And people are stuck in their blissful ignorance, man. The scriptures is totally against that. Be not ignorant in a great thing or a small. Sirach 5:15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. See? We don't supposed to be ignorant. Ignorant means not to know. Let's get it. Ignorant. And in this case, man, we're talking about prophecy. Ignorant, lacking wisdom or knowledge, unaware, not knowing, ignorant, not to know, to be unacquainted, mistaken, misunderstand, take no notice of, pay no attention to. See? And people they're okay with that type of mentality. They're okay with being ignorant. And that's the problem. That's when the sword is going to come upon you. And that's when you're going to find yourself in situations like what? Being stuck in Dubai because you wanted to make you probably set up the trip months ago, and you don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. And there are a lot of signs that America was finna get Iran was finna get struck by America and Israel, the state of Israel. So 3 Chicago area women stuck in Dubai amid conflict in Iran. And I'm starting to notice something. You know what I'm starting to notice? That most of these people that are trapped are mostly women. Now, I'm not saying there's not any men, but all I'm seeing is women. Look at this headline. U.S. woman trapped in Dubai. Okay, let's go down here. Utah woman stranded in Dubai. So look, it's mostly women. All you seeing is women. For the most part. I would say the ratio is probably 7-2, maybe. Of the people, that are trapped, most of them are, as you can see, they're women. What does that say? Women are foolish, man. Women are foolish. The scripture says they're deprived of wisdom. They had wisdom, they would have been paying attention. So, I just wanted to do a quick lesson, man. I just wanted to speak a few words on this situation because it's actually funny. It's very, very funny and amusing because people, the people in this world, they're not going to get it, man. They're going to continue to do what they do. They're going to continue to be ignorant until the Most High destroy this place. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I believe I got all the scriptures I wanted to get. Be not ignorant. Got that. The prudent man foreseeth the evil. Got that precept. Yeah, so I believe that's all through the Spirit. Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. As you can see, it's mostly women, man. Mostly women. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Giving all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Till next time, I'm going to say shalom.